Hey, welcome back to Cincinnati Reds Daily. I got a Reds helmet on. I'm in my parents' basement. We're home for the holidays. I'm having some fun. I look like an idiot, and I don't care. Welcome back to all things Cincinnati Reds. It's Cincinnati Reds Daily on YouTube. You might be watching this on Cincinnati Reds Talk. I don't care. Let's talk some Reds baseball. Oh, and if you haven't subscribed, hit the like button. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Let's jump into the big news over the weekend. The Reds finally got their backup catcher. The Reds have made a trade. Probably not the trade you were hoping for, but let's get into it. Fernando Cruz and Alex Jackson are headed to the New York Yankees. The Reds get former All-Star Jose Trevino. Now, the good news is the Reds finally addressed their backup catcher situation, but I know not everyone is thrilled. As for me, I'm probably more in the middle towards this, but let's get into it. Let's start with Fernando Cruz. In 2024, Cruz had an ERA of 4.86. But that number doesn't exactly tell the whole story. His strikeout percentage at 37.8%, ranked third in all of Major League Baseball. We all know when Cruz can get ahead of the count, that splitter is absolutely deadly. Early in the season, Cruz was absolutely lights out. In March and April, opponents hit .081 against Cruz. He was looking like one of the best pitchers in Major League Baseball. He followed that up with a pretty solid May, and then things went south quickly in June, July, August. Now, he pitched a lot. David Bell relied on him a lot. Some people probably think too much, and that's sort of what made Cruz really struggle in the summer months. In June, July, and August, he had an OPS against him of 853, July 972, and August 787. He did finish out with a stronger September. People are a little upset that you're giving up a guy that's a decent part of your bullpen, and they still had 4 more controls of him. But at the same time, Fernando Cruz is already 34 years old, and I think a lot of the people probably that are saying you can't get rid of Fernando Cruz are the same people who are saying Fernando Cruz shouldn't even be on the roster when he was struggling in June, July, and August. But I get it. I do get it. It's tough to give up a guy that's a part of your bullpen for a backup catcher, but I think the Reds are going to play Trevino probably more than a normal backup catcher like Luke Maile. So I get it. I get why people are going to be upset about losing him for a backup catcher, but let's get into the other side of things. Let's analyze Jose Trevino. Trevino was an all-star in 2022 and is known for his elite defense. He even won a Gold Glove in 2022. In 2024, Trevino ranked in the 88th percentile for blocking with 7 blocks above average. That's phenomenal. He's also known for his pitch framing. He was in the 95th percentile, which is just an absolute game changer for the Reds pitching staff. If you can get a guy behind the plate that's going to frame pitches, turn strikes into balls, the Reds haven't had somebody like that in quite a while. Tyler Stevenson's gotten better at it. He's still probably not one of the elite guys in the game at it. I think Trevino is going to be awesome on defense, and the Reds clearly are addressing defense as an issue this offseason. They've talked about it, and they clearly said, we need to be better on defense. Last year wasn't acceptable. We're going to make roster moves that, make that change. However, here's where Trevino falls a bit short. Trevino is not a very good hitting catcher. Now, catcher overall across the league is not a very good hitting position. The Reds have a pretty elite offensive catcher, Tyler Stevenson. Awesome year last year. I think he's going to have another big year this year. Over his career, Trevino has had an OPS of just 637. In 2024, it was just 642. He has been a lot better against lefties than against righties over his career. He's got an OPS of almost 700 against left-handers in his career. So maybe it's a guy you can play against or play a bunch against left-handed pitching, and he'll do okay offensively, and he's going to be elite defensively. But I think there's something here why the Reds were willing to part ways with Fernando Cruz. I think the Reds are going to play Trevino a lot more than they played Luke Maile. So what does that mean for Tyler Stevenson? I think it means that Tyler Stevenson will get some more off days behind the plate, And I think and I hope the Reds are willing to put Tyler Stevenson in the DH role on some of those days he's not behind the plate, because a lot of times we saw in 2023 when Tyler Stevenson was not in the lineup, it did not go well offensively for the Reds. Hopefully Tyler Stevenson doesn't have to be the team's best hitter in 2024, but we'll see. I think Trevino will be in the lineup a lot more often than Luke Maile was in 2023. I think at the end of the day, this trade addresses a clear need for the Reds. The Reds desperately needed a backup catcher. Luke Maile just didn't get the job done in 2023. And I see it both ways. I see why people wanted to keep Cruz with 4 years of control. However, he's also 34. It's also a lot easier to go replace Fernando Cruz with a bullpen arm. The Reds also have fun bullpen arms in AAA like Zach Maxwell. Luis Mays had a fantastic winter. It's easier to replace a bullpen guy than to call up a catcher, especially one that's going to win Gold Gloves and be elite defensively like Trevino. So I get both sides, but overall, the Reds went and got a need. Whether you like it or not, at least they filled the need. He's better than Luke Maile. So what do you think? Was the trade a win for the Reds, or do you think they gave up too much? Let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video with all the Reds fans. You can share them and show them how much of a loser I look with this stupid helmet on. Wanted to have some fun today. If we don't talk again, happy holidays and Merry Christmas to you. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Go Reds.